It's Friday, June 4th, and time for your Barbados Today morning news update. Plans are afoot to install Canal McDowell as the first Secretary General of the National Union of Public Workers. In an unprecedented move, some 150 union members signed a petition to trigger a special meeting to put the case for McDowell, the incumbent president, to serve as Secretary General for the next 4 years with immediate effect. However, NUPW Acting General Secretary Wayne Waldron told Barbados Today he was shocked by the move, which he described as disturbing and unethical. According to the union's constitution, Waldron now has 14 days to convene the special meeting. When contacted, McDowell confirms he was aware of the petition and was willing to serve the NUPW in whatever role the membership required of him. Harrison's Cave will reopen to the public in a month's time, but without any of the promised $9 million upgrades. Jamaica's Chukka Caribbean Adventures took over the management of the attraction in December last year, with management promising the multi-million-dollar investment to transform the cave into a once-in-a-lifetime experience for locals and visitors. However, while no timeline was given for the upgrade, the promised Phase 1 redevelopment plan at the St. Thomas location has not been done. Barbados Today reached out to country manager of Chukka Barbados, Andrea Franklin, who in a statement said that the attraction would reopen on July 2nd of this year. However, she did not give a set date for when work will begin on the planned upgrade, stating that work has been delayed due to the COVID-19 pandemic and is expected to begin shortly. Officials from the Ministry of Health to investigate the situation at Murphy's Pasture Canal following concerns by Chapman Lane residents about the stench and the buildup of stagnant water. Chief Environmental Health Officer Francina Bascom tells Barbados Today the ministry will now probe the situation, although it was not aware of any complaints. For months, the Ministry of Transport and Works has been widening the canal in a bid to improve poor drainage in the low-lying district, which has been flood-prone for years. Resident Melissa Mason, whose house is at the edge of the canal, tells Barbados Today that the situation has forced her to seek medical attention in recent weeks for breathing problems.
This isn't good. We just want them to hurry up and get it done, because this morning that Pasture, Murphy's Pasture, was almost filled with water. A little more, if a rain had fallen, the water would start to come over. Then Chapman Lane would be flooded. It needs something done. The hurricane season is coming, and it will not get better if something isn't done about it. It's not healthy. Mosquitoes. I have actually seen, I don't know what you call them, but like 1,000,001 dragonflies come off of that. You see the mosquitoes when they come out at night. I have to make sure I shut my windows before they come out, or I feel them coming through my door. It's ridiculous. It's not healthy. Dengue is all over the place. The dust have germs, the germs in the gutter, the smells, you saw yourself. The odor is ridiculous, and I have to live with that every night. It's not only me. There are others in the community that it's not good for them or their children either. Something needs to be done.
Crime Stoppers Barbados is reporting some success with its anger management programs at primary and secondary schools across the country. The organization, which facilitates anonymous tips on crime, pointed to positive feedback from principals and guidance counselors on the transformational impact from its Cool Kids and Cool Your Head programs. Emmanuel Joseph reports.
The Cool Kids initiative, on the other hand, which started in 2019 through a partnership between Crime Stoppers, UNICEF, and the Jada Construction Company, is an anger management and conflict resolution program in primary schools. An official of Crime Stoppers said it is also preventive-based for 5 to 11-year-old students. The official stated that in its first year, the program was successfully completed in 5 primary schools selected by the Ministry of Education. Emmanuel Joseph for Barbados Today.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
The news from the region, Guyana's death toll due to the COVID-19 pandemic climbed to 400 on Thursday after the country recorded 4 more virus-related deaths. Gordon Mosley of News Source Guyana reports.
3 of the 4 latest deaths are from the Region 4 area. 97 deaths were recorded in the month of May, and 4 deaths have been recorded in the first 2 days of this month. The Ministry of Health also reported today that the number of new infections continues to climb, with 119 new cases recorded in the past 24 hours. In the first 3 days of this month, more than 400 new cases have already been recorded. The Ministry of Health also revealed today that more than 205,000 persons have already received a first shot of one of the COVID-19 vaccines. Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony.
As of yesterday, we had 205,944 persons who have been vaccinated with the first dose of their vaccine. That would represent about 42.3% of our adult population.
And finally, in the U.S., White House officials have issued a warning to all companies to take immediate steps to increase their security following a spate of cyber attacks. More in this report from Reuters TV.
The White House on Thursday warned corporate executives and business leaders to step up security measures to protect against ransomware attacks. The warning follows intrusions at both a meatpacking company and an oil pipeline in the past few weeks. Ann Neuberger, cybersecurity advisor at the National Security Council, wrote in a letter to companies, quote, "The threats are serious and they are increasing. We urge you to take these critical steps to protect your organizations and the American public." Adding, quote, "The private sector also has a critical responsibility to protect against these threats. All organizations must recognize that no company is safe from being targeted by ransomware, regardless of size or location." Neuberger also outlined immediate steps companies can take to protect themselves from ransomware attacks. The letter comes after a major meatpacker resumed U.S. operations on Wednesday, following a ransomware attack that disrupted meat production in North America and Australia. A source familiar with the matter told Reuters that a Russia-linked hacking group that goes by the name Weevil and Sodanakabi was behind the cyber attack. The latest cyber attack follows one last month by a group with ties to Russia on Colonial Pipeline, the largest fuel pipeline in the United States, which crippled fuel delivery for several days in the U.S. Southeast.
That's news. But for the very latest, visit us at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. And you can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM.